All right, here we are with part 3, and as you can see, each problem has less space, so we have to sort of really identify what is going to be our first step and what's going to be our second step when we're drawing our models. And we want to be really clear about that and make sure that our work is really organized when we're doing this. Okay, so here we go. Solve two-step word problems. Think about the first step question, then solve the problem. Mari has 17 tomatoes. She uses 9 tomatoes to make a sauce. Then she makes a salad with 4 tomatoes. How many tomatoes does she have left? Okay, so in the end, we want to know how many she has left. We know how many she started with, and then we know that she uses some to make the sauce, right? She uses 9 of them to make a sauce, and then she made a salad with 4. So if I'm thinking about this, to me, the first thing I would want to know is how many tomatoes she used altogether, okay? So my first part is going to be what she used, and it says that she used 9 tomatoes and then 4 tomatoes. So my first step is going to be to figure that out. 9 plus 4 equals, and I'm going to label it, her total tomatoes used. Labeling is really important, especially with these double-step problems, so that we don't get confused. Now, I know that 9 plus 4 is 13, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there, but that is not my final answer because I want to find how many tomatoes she has left. So to figure out how much she has left, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a little math mountain. So this was her total, which was 17. Then I know that she used 13. And I'm trying to figure out how many she has left. So I have 17 minus 13. And I know that that is 4. So she has 4 tomatoes. In my head, the way I did that math was I knew the tens was the same, and then 7 minus 3 is 4. So that's how I did my work. I did do it in my head. Make sure that if you need to do it on the paper, go ahead and show me that work as well. Again, we labeled our first part, and then we showed our modeling and our work for the second part. Each problem is going to look a little different, but we want to make sure that our thinking is organized and legible. Make sure that I can read what your first step was and what your second step was. Okay, let's keep going. There are 16 robins in a tree. 9 robins fly away. Then 4 blue jays fly into the tree. How many birds are in the tree now? So I think of this, I started to get a picture in my head of a tree with 16 robins. 9 fly away, I can see that in my mind, and then 4 blue jays, a different kind of bird, fly up into the tree. And now I want to know how many birds are there. So again, thinking of my first step, then the first step I would want to figure out is how many birds were in the tree after the robins flew away. Okay, after the robins flew away. So if I know that there was a total of 16, right, 16 robins, and then 9 flew away, we'll put fly away like the word problem says, and I want to know how many are left, how many robins are left. Okay, so I have 16 minus 9, and I can say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I know that this amount is the amount left. Those are the robins that are left. There were 7 robins left. My second step, because I want to know how many birds are in the tree, is so right now there's 7 of those robins left in the tree. They're still in the tree. And then those 4 blue jays flew up. So I'm trying to figure out how many total birds are in the tree. the tree. And 7 plus 4, I know that 7 and 3 more gets me 10, and then that 1, so I have 11. And so there are 11 birds. All right, so again, the first thing I figured out was how many robins were left in the tree after the 9 flew away. And then the second step was to think that through and add on those blue jays that came in. This one was the term where we talked about using a general unit if we had 2 different units. So robins and blue jays are 2 different kinds of birds, but I can put birds so that they are all the same. All right, continuing on here. Again, thinking of the first step and then moving on to the second step. Julie has 6 red pencils. She has 2 more blue pencils than red pencils. How many pencils does she have in all? Okay, so I heard that more. That gave me a key. I started to get a comparison bar picture in my head. But I want to know how many pencils she has in all. First, I need to figure out how many blue pencils she has, right? So first I have to figure out how many blue pencils, because I know that she has red and blue together, but I don't know how many blue yet. So it says she has more than red. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a comparison bar. And I know that blue goes on top. And I know that she has 2 more blue, so that's my difference. And I know that she has 6 red. And that was what I was solving for, right? My first step was how many blue. If I add these together, okay, I get 8. So that's her blue ones, 8 blue ones. But I want to know how many pencils does she have in all? And in all would be the 6 red plus the 8 blue. And 6 plus 8, I know that I need 2 of these to make that 10. So this becomes 10 plus 4, which is 14. So she has 14 pencils all together. Let me label this my second part. So it will be important for you to make sure that I can clearly see what was your first step, what was your second step. What was your first step, what was your second step. Okay?